Got Divine Truth in the building. So we got DeBar Joseph. I got Sincere, District 120, Divine King, Felix Almanzar, SW. So we beginning JF, Atif. So we beginning tonight's broadcast on location, as y'all can see. Today's civilization class, knowledge day equality, true self. Guess we'll wait for a couple more people from the with that miss crew to come in. Has anyone made any observations over the last couple of days? You know, I've made some observations. My son, he hit me up with some jokes. He hit me up with a couple jokes. I guess that had to be about two weeks ago, maybe. He hit me up saying he wanted to borrow $100. So he said he was gonna pay me back on whatever was the Friday following, whatever was the day that he asked me that, you know. A couple of days after that was Friday. So about a week and a half after that Friday, he hits me up to say, yeah, I can't even remember what he said, something's going on. But he was like, yeah, as soon as that's finished, I'm gonna pay you that money. You know, sometimes I don't know if people think it's like because I know you or something that all of a sudden I'm not thinking mathematically. I had to text him back. You haven't paid money back in 26 years. Grand total, in the grand total, your older brother, we talking decades here. We talking decades here where none of you have ever paid back money. So I'm not sure why. Yeah, I tell you, look, I'm from New York. Can't run that kind of monkey jump shit on me. I don't know if y'all do y'all kids ever tell y'all jokes like that? You know, it kind of. Maybe I should have put them in show business. But Divine Truth said I was doing the knowledge to this information surrounding the recent killings called replacement theory. This is my first time hearing this. Has anyone heard of this? District 120 Music said, I don't know, I had a thought about how much power a 9-mile wide asteroid had to have to destroy all dinosaurs on Earth at the same time. Yeah, that's a whole science class right there. I don't know. We'll save that for the rabbit hole portion. But you know, it's funny that you bring this up. It's funny that you bring this up, divine truth. You know, yeah, I know about, well, kind of the things, the term replacement theory, I'm not familiar with. But yeah, the replacement theory, there was the movie Gangs of New York was based on replacement theory. That you had the nativists was you know, they was you know, certain people that was around certain neighborhoods, certain people that had grew up together, and so those was people who their parents and grandparents had fought in the Revolutionary War, the War 1812, the Civil War, etc., etc. And then you had the immigrants, you know what I'm saying, who's mostly at that time the newer English people that's coming in and the Irish that's coming in, and you know, it's in terms of it being an American thing, you know, I've been known about it. Not exactly what it's been developed into now, because a lot of things is that way. You know, where now it's become a college course. You know what I'm saying? You know, like redlining, you could go to college and study all the ins and outs of it, but at the end of the day, it means some people don't get to live certain places. You know what I'm saying? It means, you know, the course of living in certain places is going to be, you know, whether they social course or economic course, is going to be a certain kind of way because it's redline. You know what I'm saying? You know, which is, it's wild that you bring that up, because, you know, I wasted much of my day listening to some people arguing about this bullshit right here. You know, I'm saying we can explore into it. I'm not saying that we can't, but what I'm saying is, on this, we're going to keep some perspective that I seen they couldn't keep. They couldn't keep in terms of you know, we already seen the result. We seen the result of that man and his actions, right? You know, we're not going to stake out sides of the argument, you know, of whatever he's giving. Like, this is what I seen today, where, you know, you got you know, people actually arguing, like, pretty much the discussion of this replacement theory, right? And, you know, how it's, you know, within this guy's manifesto, became a conversation about black people's xenophobia. See, this is when we've gone off the deep end. This is, look, hold on. Because we started out on location, and, you know, as Divine Truth is known to do, he stirred up the pot. So we're gonna go back into the studio. Take it away, Jim. Thank you, Bob. So, to me, what was amazing about this, right? Is you know, 11, 11 black people get shot up, right? And we discussing black people's xenophobia. Why wouldn't we be worried about other people? If we got people that's writing a whole manifesto about destroying us, why would we not be concerned? Like, are we really going to start talking about black on black crime right now? That's what we're going to talk about? See, this is what I witnessed today, and it's like, yo, G, if we get shot, we deserve to get shot. Because motherfuckers is dumb enough to stand around talking about some shit like that. Now, I'm not contending, in any way that people go and, take up arms, do nothing crazy. What I'm saying is that's our business. If we got a situation where this group of black people is arguing with that group of black people, now's not the time to be talking about that. You see, right now, you know what I'm saying? Let's say you having a heart attack. You having a heart attack, and you call somebody, you tell them, look, I think I'm having a heart attack, man, bring me to the hospital. And they say, remember that time? remember that time? you, I let you get some of my potato chips, and you knocked the bag on the floor. Remember that time? Like, yeah, can we talk about that later? Take all of this time. This is the time now you decide to bring that up. There's no greater sign. There's no greater sign that you could give to any of the individuals that, there's no greater sign you could give them that, yeah, we green light. Green light. Because no matter what happens, right, to whoever's the individual, right, look, you shoot them and they turn on themselves. They, a lot of this stuff, is become so academic to people. What freedom, justice, and equality is, it's become so academic. What is the definition? What are the statistics, the data? See, this is when all that shit clouds your mind, when you don't understand that. District 120 said, I don't know if it's a theory, if it's actual events that took place with individuals with that mindset See, everything becomes a theory, once it becomes studied on that level. Once it's absorbed into academia, right? Things become theory because it's just the theosophy, the study of this, the study of that. But that's what I'm saying. Once you get down to the practical matter, like that's what I'm saying. If something like that don't clarify a motherfucking mind, nothing will. If some shit like that don't clarify a motherfucking mind, that this is not the time for dissension amongst the ranks. Eternal said the whites in Buffalo were emphatic about stating the perp was not a white with a racist agenda from Buffalo. Is there a difference? See, I think see, in terms of the 85% of white people, right, who they've been taught that they righteous. You know what I'm saying? They've been living in their kind of progressive world. For them, and I'm saying, I asked that question yesterday too. Like, this some new shit right here. Like a kid, 18 years old, and just the way he's acting this out and everything. This is something new, some kind of desperation move from them. This is not the same kind of entrenched racism that, I experienced, certain places as a child where it wasn't, like white people felt like they needed to kill all these black people. They just walked around with that kind of confidence that, I'm a white man and you a boy. That was something different. You know what I'm saying? For them, it was, look, the uppity nigga, we're going to make an example of you. We're going to put you in your place. Put you down here you think you a city slicker? We put you in your place. But in general, they work every day with niggas. This is something different. Like you saying, you know how much a white man had to save up to buy a slave? If you wasn't born with that kind of money, especially back at that time, you probably was never gonna get that kind of money. Nobody killing up no merchandise like that. You got these people out here working for nothing. Ain't nobody about to kill those people. That's one of the reasons the Irish came over here, and the Chinese. They was expendable. This is something different, and for those, white people that's been living in this world where they call it post-racial, this is, what is this guy from Generation Z? This is something different that's manifested amongst them. And so, yeah, they have to separate themselves from it. I'm gonna tell you another thing that I saw today that was very odd. I went into the restaurant, right? And when you're in a restaurant, sometimes they have the TV on, back on location. So yeah, they have the TV on, and the district attorney from Buffalo comes on, and it's like, I know you the district attorney, right? And I know about due process and all of this, but it was like he was going out of his way to say that the kid is innocent until proven guilty. But I'm talking about he went out of his way. Right? To say that this guy is innocent until proven guilty, and we're not going, this ain't going to be no court of public opinion, we're going to do this by the book. And then he turns, right? It was almost just like this, except he didn't have, I see what you said right there, VC Run. I said we're going to start calling this. We're going to call this Back in the Days Canon. This is Back in the Days Canon. But back over here, yeah. So, then he starts talking about how an individual called up a pizza shop and gave some type of threats. And he was absolutely outraged. Like, we're not going to be standing for that. It's not tolerated. Now, I know 1 in 7 characteristics of a wise man. We're not supposed to be speculating. We're not supposed to be speculating. So I won't speculate. I'll just think out loud. I'll just think out loud. That if someone is delivering threats, behind the events in Buffalo, I wonder if that person is black. I wonder, just one of those things that make you go, well, I wonder if that person is black. In a pizza shop, he's delivering threats to a pizza shop. I wonder if the owner and workers at that pizza shop are white. But no speculation. Just thinking a little bit out loud. That I wonder if all of this outrage, all of this outrage behind the guy that I wonder if he's black. I wonder if he's black. Allegedly threatening an establishment with the owner could possibly, I wonder if he's white. But I don't know. brother that shot up a train in New York City a few weeks ago and injured 23? No, we're not talking about him. You know, although, you know, is this what we're seeing? Cause see, make no mistake about it, right? You know, just like I said, man, you know, a person in their teachings, right? You know, a lot of what there is, it depends on what the people that they teach go on to do. Like, see, if Alexander the Greek didn't go on to conquer what they knew of the world at that time, right? Aristotle wouldn't be known as this great teacher in philosophy. But because one of his students went out there and, you know, spread his teachings, so see, by the same token, you see this event you talking about where the brother shot up the train, right? You know, and listen, how would you say it, trigger one. You know, I'm asking a question here. What I'm about to ask in no way reflects the views of the Random Jews channel and network. But are we seeing the first volleys in the Civil War? Because, listen, how many people died in the Boston Massacre? Like 8 people, 6 people, something like that? Look at these numbers you're talking about. 23 injured, 11 dead. Those is battle numbers. Less numbers is battles that they used to talk about years today in Iraq, Desert Storm. The soldiers, they made a maneuver to you know, go in there and take the land in that town over there. And less numbers than that came back. Now, they could have been fudging the numbers, whatever, but I'm talking about the numbers they recorded. District 120 said, and does the world of academia study things to find a solution or just to show and tell on themselves? You know, now we get to the point, you know, getting back to where we was at. Knowledge day equality. You know what I'm saying? D.C. Round, Knowledge Born, Black Observation, Shot Prince, Medina. Say ain't gonna be nothing civil about this war. Des A. Williams said Supreme Court is about to overturn New York's gun laws. Real convenient that New York suddenly has a lot of gun violence. I mean, there's that. There's definitely that. Was that always try to marginalize any news where hatred towards black folks is clear to the view. Des Williams said both dudes came from out of state. Interesting. Frank Jones was from Philly. Interesting, eh? But see, with anybody, right? Whether they righteous or whether they unrighteous. See, one thing about the 5%, right? We got categories and names for everything. See what I'm saying? A lot of times, people ask us, well, why am I in this category or that category? Y'all know people ask me that all the time. Why can't I be God? Why I'm not a 5%? Why I'm the devil? Why I'm, not saying me as an individual, but just saying, you acknowledge the equality. See, when you acknowledge the equality, there's some magic in there. When you acknowledge the equality and it borns God, that's not just by osmosis. You don't just acknowledge equality and be God, or you acknowledge that person's equality and they God. You acknowledge the equality and you see, right, how they deal with it. Is it good equality or bad equality? Can they rise above it or do they get caught up in it? Why we say the white man is the devil? Acknowledge the equality. Why we say the black man is God? Acknowledge the equality. Why we say we not pro-white, pro-black, and anti-white, but pro-righteousness and anti-devishment? Because we acknowledge people equality. See, that's what happens. You go around, right, just trying to deal with equality with everybody. That's what always happens, right? You're dealing with somebody, and then when you take the time to acknowledge their equality, you see that, this person hasn't been dealing with the good equality with me. And I don't mean that, every time, you put up $10, now they got to put up $10. It don't mean every time you say something, they got to say something. It don't mean y'all always got to agree. But you can acknowledge the equality and know if a person is being righteous in all their dealings with you, right? Or if a person is being unrighteous in their dealings with you, even some of the time. See, right now, this is one of the things we talking about. When you out there in the midst of the atmosphere now, you got to be acknowledging people equality. Because let's think back to all these people. Let's think back to all of these people, right? this guy, he was apparently casing this place out for a while. Remember the other dude, the cat that came in, and sat down in the church with them and was in there doing Bible study with them for whatever period of time before he sprayed up the church. Roof, I think was his name. Another kind of young kid. That's the science right now. Knowledge their equality. See what's gonna, what are they gonna be able to say, because, you could talk shit about how bad a weekend is in Chicago. These white kids come in and take out a whole week in Chicago in 35 seconds. Or for one said, my favorite phrase right now is you must do your own research. I mean, that's valid. The only thing I don't like about that